Fidel, and to see the deepest revolution that has been done in America, the Cuban Revolution of 1959. To hug Fidel, to extend the hands of union, and to talk about Bolivar and Martí, simply historians. It is a historical reflection of someone who loves Bolivar, Petion, Venezuela, Haiti, Chavez, and Fidel in Cuba. It is a reflection done with love and admiration. Bolivar returned, and he came to the victory. He already had the dream. He created a first body of armies in the east, and he joined a second army body on the south with Piar, the great liberator of the South, Manuel Piar. Then he constituted the state of the Great Colombia and called for the constituent. And he left to join the third army body of the great liberator for his time, the General Jose Antonio Páez. He united the army of the south and of the valley, and he went through Bisba, and he surprised the Spanish Empire, and he demolished them in Pantano de Vargas and in Boyacá, and he entered triumph as it had never been seen before by a leader to Santa Fe de Bogotá. Bolivar, the original one, the only one. Then we know the trajectory. A day like today, in 1820, like today, 25th, right, of November, the General-in-Chief of the armies, the imperial armies of Your Majesty, the King Pablo Murillo, was sitting with Bolivar to sign the armistice, the treaty of regulating the war. And when they signed the document, Pablo Murillo signed in the name of the king as the chief of his armies, and it was the first time that a document that in Spain recognized Simón Bolívar as the president of the Great Colombia and the supreme chief of the armies, of the liberator armies of our Americas. So the imperialists respect. No one has gifted us anything, not even history, not freedom, independence, dignity. They're all ours. This land is ours, this sky is ours, this story is ours, and the future also belongs to this people.
Te faltó decir eso. Luego sabemos.
Then we know the imperialists tried to contain the strength that was coming from what is today Zulia. Maracay was liberated. The armistice was broken. We went back to the weapons, and on 24th of June of 1821 we were free in Carabobo. The Negro Primero with his weapons ahead, being immortal and leaving his blood in the battlefield, and Bolivar with his sword. The battle of Carabobo hadn't ended, or
corrijo, señores historiadores.
better
Me
said,
corrigen, por favor.
historians correct
La
me,
campaña de
the
Carabobo,
campaign of Carabobo hadn't
Cuando
started
Bolívar
when Bolivar
había mandado
had sent
un cuarto cuerpo de
a
ejército
fourth
con
army
barcos,
body with
caballos,
ships,
caballos,
horses,
habituallamiento, logística, armas,
logistics,
pólvora,
weapons,
lanzas
gunfire,
y soldados por miles hacia
and
la
a
campaña del
1,000
sur, ya
soldiers
previendo su camino al
to
sur.
the south campaign, already seen his path
dijo a
towards the south, and he told Sucre,
Arma un cuerpo de ejército,
create an
4,000
army body
hombres,
of 4,000
se va
men,
por Panamá,
go to
que es nuestra,
through Panama, which
que es
is
libre,
ours, which is
que es
free,
Colombia,
which is Colombia,
y me esperas allá en Quito.
and await for me there in Quito.
Cuarto cuerpo de ejército,
Fourth
simultáneo,
army body simultaneous, without WhatsApp,
satélite,
without
sin
satellites,
celular.
without cell phones.
¿O no es maravilloso?
Isn't it
Señores
wonderful? Officials,
oficiales, señores
officers,
soldados,
soldiers,
milicianos, milicianas,
militiamen and
mujeres y hombres
women,
del pueblo.
men and women of the people.
Y no había terminado la batalla
And
de
the battle
Carabobo,
of
cuando
Carabobo
ya su mente
hadn't
estaba
ended when
puesta en
his
Quito.
mind was already in
así
Quito,
fue.
and that's how it was.
Llegó a Quito
He
como
arrived to
libertador
Quito as the liberator,
y lo primero que recibió
and the
en
first
Quito,
thing he received in
en
Quito,
los primeros minutos
in
de
the
la Plaza
first
Mayor,
minutes of entering the Plaza Mayor,
fue
was
una guirnalda de flores
a
que golpeó su
flower
cabeza.
that hit his
Cuando volteó
head
hacia el balcón,
and